Marie, Marie, don't! Marie didn't hear what Castillo said to her. She was running for the longboats as the rest of the crew were rushing around the deck. Marie wasn't thinking straight. She grabbed a pistol and a sword and climbed into the boat. She cut the line, causing it to fall down, bracing herself as it hit the sand. She grabbed onto the tiller, and the boat started to roll towards the island of Umbra. Why would one do this to us? She said, staring at the flag on the ship in the distance. Her people were those navigators. They hadn't done anything to cross Quan, but here they were. She adjusted the sail as she headed towards where sand met Umbra's shores. She struggled to get out of her long boat. As she looked at the burning town of Northbridge. She jumped off it as she headed for town, drawing her pistol. That's when she heard a familiar scream. She turned to see a pirate pushing down one of her neighbors and pointing a pistol at her. "Why are you doing this?" she said. "The prophets foretold it," the pirate said, preparing to pull the trigger. We had to think fast. She raised her pistol and fired it at the pirate, hoping that her aim would be true. Hello, and welcome back to Solo TTRPG Adventures and the series Upon a Sea of Sand, which will be this idea of the Sundered Isles TTRPG within a Sandfaring Realm. You'll probably notice I'm in a different location. Actually, it's the same apartment. I'm just in a different room because I figured this would be more stable. Unfortunately, we need to work on the lighting still. The overhead light creates a bit too much glare on the videos, unfortunately. Um, so, yes, this is session 2, where we pick up where we left off before, where Marie was not having a particularly good day as she was dealing with an attack on the on a town by the what did I call them? I have to check my notes. The Guild of the Gilded Brokers. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. They are, and she was face to face with Silas Hayes, the commander of these forces attacking the town of Blackfall, the settlement has been coming under the influence of the cursed, uh, which in this setting is a bit complicated. Unfortunately, Marie does need the help of her fellow cursed of the fallen principality. So she's gotta at least try and do something, and she is now currently in the middle of a fight with their boss. Well, the boss of yeah. Yeah, that is not, I don't think that's how she expected her day to go. It's not how I expected her day to go either. So yeah, let's see where this goes. As well, give up, Captain. You're not in a position to defeat me. And then Marie is going to do the clash action, and she's going to open fire on him. Uh, with her what's it called? With her pepper box. Ooh. Okay, that's with edge. So that is okay. So that's a 7. Okay. That is a weak hit. It's only a weak hit. She does stay in a bad spot, unfortunately. Um, she catches it. Why'd you want to play like that? And he fires. He fires at her, and she is going to have to pay the price. It's a 91. And while it doesn't hit her, it knocks her pepper box out of her hand and sends it flying. Flying. I roll 91 is so you're put at a disadvantage, or are delayed, and obviously you can't do that. So she's like, "Oh, son of you're very annoying, aren't you? Well, you're the one who decided to show up in the middle of our extermination, aren't you? Shut up. I'm going to deal with you." And she is going to try and reclaim her pistol. React under fire, which she's going to roll with edge because she's attempting to get into position and to reclaim her weapon and get into position. Okay. That is a strong hit with a match. So she manages to grab her pistol, or her power box, which is a type of pistol, off the ground, swing it around and fire at Silas. Not, and he screams as she hits him. Uh, uh, knocking not drop as she hits him in the hand, forcing him to drop his own weapon. She's like, "Oh, that was uncalled for," and really, that was uncalled for, really. And she's going to fire another shot, and she's going to. This is going to be the gain ground because she is now in control. Oh dear, that's bad. Okay, she is no longer in control. She is no longer in control because that is a miss. And she's got to pay the price again. So, alright, so what do we got? It's a 71. You are harmed. Oh, no, sorry. You waste resources. Um, her gun misfires, so she's gonna have to try and get it working. She is so okay. So at this point, Silas is recovering from the shot he just took, and she is going to have to take cover if she wants to get her gun working again. Right? Okay, so she is going to have to react under fire again. Um, so I'm going to say that this is going to be with Shadow, which unfortunately is not one of her better uh, things. Where she is getting into cover to try and grab her. Actually, wait, no, yeah, yes, so to try and get her, so she can get her. All right, so her shadow is actually +2. Okay. That- Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Another miss. That's a mess. Okay, so. Alright. This is not her day. This is really not her day. Okay, that's 27. That's, you were separated from something or someone. Um, good question. What would that be? At this point, I'd say she's starting to hear cannon fire coming from the harbor. Her ship is under attack. Seriously, you're you're the one who is insisting on doing this foolish errand, pirate. What are you? I I really I full of the gods. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to attempt another reaction to fire. This is going to be plus wits, which I believe is actually a terrible stat for her. Yeah, it's a +1. So this is her attempt to get her pepper bot working again. Okay, that's a weak hit. That's a weak hit. All right. She's gonna have to make a suffer move, and she's able to overcome the obstacle. So she's she's got her gun working again, but she is going to have to suffer somehow. Oh, a suffer move. I'm going to endure harm, and I'm going to attempt to um face injury, which means I can add my health to this roll. Or my okay, that's a strong hit. She manages to endure it. Finally got a decent hit. She's like, not today, as her skin sort of shifts a bit under her clothes. It's the first nature of her is kind of starting to show just a little bit more. So yeah, that's what situation she's in now. Right. So Marie is currently in a bad spot. She's got her gun working at least, but at this point, Silas has recovered his weapon. He's like, "Well, you're certainly going to be an annoying one," and he's going to shoot at her again, and so she has to react under fire. Okay, she's dodging. Okay, that's a weak hit. Oh, that's another first. So I'm going to spend momentum to make this a strong hit because I've got enough momentum to do that. So that'll knock my momentum back down to 2. She manages to dodge out of the way of the attack. Getting on my nerves. And she's back in control. What is she going to do? And she's going to use the gain ground. So she's going to maneuver to um try and get information on what she's doing. Actually, no, she's going to try and get out of there. So it's plus edge. So this is a +3. Oh, that's a weak hit. That's a weak hit. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to mark progress. I'm going to mark progress on our tracker. At running away from Silas as fast as she can to try and get away from him. So I am going to attempt to end end this and get away from him. So let's see what happens. Right. So this is the take decisive action move. Seize an objective in a fight, envision how you take decisive action, then roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. In this case, I have a progress of 6. It's not ideal, but it's also about the best we got. So let's see here. That's a 2 and a 10. So that is a weak hit. I achieved my objective, but not without cost. Roll on the table below or choose one. If the fight continues, you are in a bad spot. Okay. Alright. So. Uh, sorry. Sorry, my die just went under. Okay. So. So 31. Okay, that's in my. So I have to make a -2 suffer move. It's worse than you thought. Make it a suffer move -2. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to endure stress. I'm going to attempt to. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to shake it off. Okay, actually, okay. That's an 11. That's 11. That's a strong hit. Um, no, no, I am not letting you win. She grabbed her arm. Not a day. And and she is. She's been in worse spots. She's been in better spots too. All right. What do I do now? That ends this encounter, at least. All right. So at this point, she is still trying to find Ara. She has no idea where she is. She was in the manor house, which she just had to run away from because it was on fire, and Ara is now somewhere in the city. Her ship is now under fire by the probably the guild, which means it's not in a great situation. It's probably running, and yeah, she's having a really bad day. Yeah. Oh boy. So, um, so she's going to gather information. Plus wits, which, as I said, is not her best stat. Hmm. That's right. That's not good. It's not good. That's a mess. That's a mess. So she's going to have to pay the price. Oh boy. Um, she kind of slinks into the shadows, trying to. I need to deal with this. I need to. And, and that's. And she's still relatively within hearing distance of Silas, who is actively searching for her. And so she hears shouting, "Commander! Commander! We found one of the cursed was escaping." Like, oh, really? And Marie's heart falls. There's only so many people that could be like, bring them here. And she makes her way over to that and she to a place where she can see, and she sees them pulling an older woman out behind them. The woman's like, "You get your hands off of me. You're in no position to make demands. You're you are you are a Shah, are you not? What's it what's it to you? You're here under the auspices of the fallen principality, I believe. Unfortunately for you, your position here is no longer required. Think, oh dear, that's a problem. Mm, Um, you're not, you are, you are just a big pain in the ass. Really, I am. I'm going to wipe you off of face of the face of these islands in your scourge. Uh, well, I guess I'll have to start with you, Marie. All right, I can't let him do this, and Marie is going to take this moment, as soon as I find it, to start another combat. Enter the fray. And there's a bit of good news because she's going to fire at him with her pistol because she has the pistolier path. She is able to add a +1 in when she enters the fray with this. So let's see how this goes. Let's start with it's, it's that's another mess. That's not good. That is wait. Wait, no, that's a weak hit. That's a weak hit because it's +4 with Pistolier. So yeah, that's a weak hit, and I gain +2 momentum because of Pistolier. This is that it is only a weak hit, which means um I get I am in control. I'm going to go with the I am in control, and I, she points her pepper box at him at Silas and fires a shot. She catches him in the shoulder. Like, "Oh, you, you are getting on my nerves." Well, feelings mutual. And ah, I'm going to help you out, and she's going to. While Silas is recovering, she's going to fire at one of the guards holding her. That's the strong hit. That's a 7 and a 4 on a 9. That is a strong hit. Okay, okay, so that's a strike. That means I can mark progress twice, and and she, the two soldiers they crumple to the ground, freeing Aura. So I'm going to mark progress on the fight twice and once on the vow to actually find Aura. This is our progress so far. We are at 4 for both finding Aura and defeating the guild soldiers. Now, admittedly, we found Aura, but it's also very much about saving her at this point. So, yeah, this is decent progress, but basically, I'm adapting that from just finding her to getting her out of this situation alive. So yeah, that's a decent start, and yeah, so yeah, we need to deal with these guys and fast. Took your time. What what held you up? Well, I had to deal with these guild bastards. All right. Well, all right. You need to be careful. This is not a good day to be in Blackfall. Yeah, I realized that. Oh, well, if you two are done, I'm going to I can deal with both of you at the same time. An unexpected surprise to have the Banshee here as well, but I am not going to deal with that. Certainly are going to have to deal with us first, and grabs her belaying pin off of off of one of the guards that that Marie just killed, and she swings it around. Marie, what do you say? For old time's sake, let's deal with this man before he becomes more of an annoyance. All right, and I was going to swing her belaying pin and try and strike at him. So we're going to do we're going to do uh strike at him. Marie is going to fire as well. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That is a that, this has to be under. That is all eights, and unfortunately, it is. Getting the ground. Uh, uh, Silas twists around, dodging the pin and the fire as she and grabs Ara. It's like she's special to you for some reason, isn't she? I am not. I would not. Would rather deal with both of you. And he points his pistol at Ara's head. If you don't want to deal to to have her head blown off, I would put that pepper box down. Marie is not in a particularly happy mood about this. She's like, "You've got to be kidding me! You think you can kill me? I've dealt with worse. It would be a reward at this point. Better to die human than with what humanity I have left, Commander. At least I haven't sold my soul for a bit of coin. Yes. I'm certainly not going to allow you. And let's see what Marie's going to do now. Oh, Marie's going to rush him. Or yeah, she's going to rush him. She's going to catch him off guard. Try to catch him off guard by rushing him. Uh, this is going to be plus iron. That's that is a 4 with two double twos. Double twos. That is a success with a strong hit with a match. Oh, that was lucky. Uh, Silas, uh, Silas is caught completely off guard. He did not expect this woman to suddenly rush him, as she pushes him as she pushes Rand's. Marie's does not look like a particularly strong woman, but she hits him enough that it catches that he is surprised, and he drops his he, he drops his weapon and drops and lets go of Marie, and she pushes him to the ground, pointing her pepper box. I would recommend you do not do that again, Commander. And she's going to attempt to gain ground because now she's in command. That's gonna be plus heart, which is +2. So, oh, that's bad. That's bad. Wait, it's plus. Um, okay, that's okay. How much momentum do I have? Okay, okay, I have a +5 to momentum. No, I only have a +5 to momentum. Uh, That's a mess. I can't spend momentum to save this. This looks up at her. I'm going to bring it. I, I, I'm not surrendering myself to to curse like you. And so that's going to pay the price. It's a 92. You are delayed or put in at a disadvantage. Um, Uh, I'd say at that point, a powder magazine is hit at the head, and there's a massive explosion that causes Marie to stumble and fall forward onto the ground. And she's in a bad spot, but she's in a bad spot. And he draws his sword. You last. I have had enough of this. I am going. Enough of this. Dead. You hear me? Dead. Maria and Ara are in a bad position. They have to figure out what to do next. So Marie is going to uh she's gonna try and shoot him. Like, I've had enough of this. She's going to shoot him, and this is going to be a clash. Once I'll see you in hell. And he he's not dead, but he crumpled. I you Iris, you, and then he is bleeding profusely from a gunshot wound. Because yes, that is a strong hit. Um, because I have a +5 for that. Alright, so that is going to mark progress twice, and I am in control. So, this is going. Let's see where this takes us. Right. So, Silas is in bad shape. Uh, because I just succeeded on a clash move, as it's called. Um I have a progress of 8 on this encounter. So I'm going to take my pepper box. I'm going to use the move, take decisive action. He's breathing heavily. She's been shot several times. Not she's alive, but she's bleeding in a few places. And that's when she hears a voice whisper in her ear. And probably deal with him. It wouldn't be good to have that come back to bite you in the butt. Marie pauses for a moment. She knows that voice. She knows it's the voice of the spirit that's been haunting her ever since the fall of Umbra, ever since what happened on her home island. The fighting at this point is still going on, but it's not in the guild leadership is I think the it's an interesting question. I'm going to ask you, Oracle, how well is the fighting actually going? So that's going to be I'm going to say it's 50-50 chance that's going well. Well, it's actually going well. Yeah, it is going well. The guild forces are being fought back by the local militia. There's the sound of fighting, of cheering. The guild ships Our my ship uh is moving in to try and deal with the guild ships. So it's actually going pretty well for the Wraithscase. That's the name of my ship. It's actually going pretty well for the defenders of Blackfall. Probably some representatives of the Principality have also made a move. So this is going to be a uh, this is going to be a this is going to be a take decisive action to try and succeed this in this fight. Oh my god. Gosh, that's terrible. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss when I had an 8. That's bad luck right there. So that's even worse actually. That's double nines. Yeah, that's 2 9. That's doubles. Uh, um, how do I do this? How do I do this? Um, says like this is over. Think you've won. Then defend your and soldiers come running up. I'm not going to continue the fight, but they do um I'm going to they are grabbing some of them are grabbing Silas and pulling him away. I'm going to do the battle move. Um, see if we can at least win this fight, or if we have to retreat. Um, so that's going to be plus edge. Okay, so we lose Silas. Silas has slunk away towards one of his ships, but we do manage to hold off the soldiers and and push them out of the town. So the fight's over, but Silas has escaped. And while he was in bad shape, he probably could be healed, which means, or someone else could, which means we have an enemy. Yeah, Silas we get one last look at Silas. He's like, Captain Carver, you will pay for this. I'll be back. I'll be back. And with that, he's gone. And Marie's like, oh, this is not good. And she looks over at Ara and she's like, are you alright? Better. But you took a few hits. At least he is gone. Alright. Ara, alright, Marie is going to use the aid your ally to try and help help her with basically any like bleeding and everything. That's I'm gonna say that's a hard roll. Uh, um, Yeah, yeah. That's a that's a that's a weak hit. So I'm going to say that's enough to bump it up a bit. Um, I, thank you. Well, thank you, you, Marie. It was good to see you. All right, all right. What happened? I guess someone somehow the word about what the presence of the municipality got out to the guild. Unfortunately, we can't hide from the population much longer to this. Yes. What's the principality going to do? That's a good question. I'm not actually sure. So, I- mm, they might completely abandon this endeavor, which would mean that Blackfall would lose a lot of the support it's gotten, albeit indirectly from the principality. It might actually make it more vulnerable to the guild than it was before. What's our options? Your only options are to have. That's kind of the problem. We're going to need to talk with the leaders and perhaps talk with the principality to work out some sort of deal. They're not going to like it. What's cursed and are just people fighting. We know that. We know that. You're like that. I'm like that. But principality is not exactly the most respected fact for good reason. You know. Uh, 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 all right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your assistance back there. Uh, you said you might know something about pawn ships that attacked me. Perhaps. And I'm going to take this opportunity to fulfill my vow. My vow being to find and save. I found and saved her, but there is still a chance of failure. I'm only at 6 progress. Um, so we're going to see how this goes. So it's a 6 progress. Um, things might get a little complicated. Are you ready to see what we get? Oh, that's bad. That's an 8 and a 9. Uh, there's a bit of a complication. The information I had was in the governor's mansion. It has most likely been burned to ashes by this point. Of course it has. Is there anything we can do? Well, yes, there is something we can do, but you're not going to like it. I see this information. I gained it from uh, from, a- from a source, from a defector, Quan, who lives on the other side of the island. Um, I'm going to roll for pronouns. So that's a say them. I keep even they them. they they said that the information would help you. I, they also said that it was only for you. That which means you're going to have to find them and, and get the information straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. And you don't have a lot of time. Probably a day, maybe two, before they leave. So that's what you're going to have to do. All right. So here's how this is going to work. I have sadly failed my vow, but I am not going to give up on this. This is well, rather, I'm going to commit to it in a new form, which is to gain the information. Um, so Um, I am going to have to forsake my vow because this is going to be a new vow, and I did not roll a strong hit or even a weak hit. I did not roll a weak hit. So I'm going to endure. So here's how the. So I'm going to. Um, I'm going to have this be a someone takes advantage. Um, Someone probably in Quan, in the Pirate Republic of Quan, or maybe even is taking advantage of the situation. Maybe that will be an enemy to come. That's Silas, not yet. Maybe a new enemy. But let's let's do our new Iron Vow. So, Marie takes her blade, her no, sorry, her idol, and she is going to swear an iron vow uh, to. That's a weak hit. That's a weak hit. She's like, I just swear I will find this defector and get access to and find what information they have. Uh, um, so she starts out with more questions than answers. Do you know their name, at least? And this is where we're going to roll up what we have about this character. So this is a good start. This is a good start. I'm actually going to make this interesting. Instead of rolling up the entire character now, I'm going to roll only their moniker. So that's which will be what she knows them by. And this may give us some information. It will give us some information on looking at 61. Sage. Interesting. Okay. I do not know their name, but they go by the moniker the Sage. Interesting. It's very interesting. Well, let's push the start at this. I have to get across. I have to get across the island. You're going to need to move fast. Most likely, Quan is sending someone after them. Of course they are. It's to put across the entire island, or probably. They are in a settlement across on the other side of the island. Not one of ours. So, not one of ours, but it's but they said Quan is looking for them, and they're afraid that someone's getting a little too close. It's going. It will take. It will take about a few hours to get across it, so of course. So I might be able to help you in that regard, but we need to be careful. You'll come with me. I don't have much else to do at this point, Count Marie. We need to get somewhere safe. And I need to recoup my lawsuit. The principality is not going to be particularly happy about what happened here. I'm not exactly a high-ranking member, but I'm going to. I will speak to the others, and they will decide what to do. In my opinion, we need to hunker down here, but it's up to the principality. I'm sure a decision will be reached by the time we return. And the decision can be made without me. So, I think at this point we need to go. And, all right. And so, Marie has rescued, uh, two of them are not in a great position. The fact of the matter at this point is that the both the Guild of the Gilded Brokers and most likely the Pirate Republic of Quan are after them. No, the Gilded Brokers have been pushed back. They are less of a threat at the moment. So Marie looks out, sees her ship, and I need to check with my crew, and and then we can decide what to do next. All right, all right. I will go talk with the others. So that's where we end off. Marie's off to the Wraith's Gaze, and Ara's off to speak with the other members of the Principality. This delegation, for lack of a better word. And there we have it. Yes, that's session 2. The adventures of Captain Marie Carver continue. And oh my, well, my poor luck from the end of the last session continued. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that didn't went so badly. Oh man. Well, so story's not over yet, of course. We have this new lead. We have new information. Things are going to get interesting. And next time we take our trip across the island of Ignis, um, hopefully it will not be too bad. And, well, still many adventures left to tell and many things left to do. So, I'll see you next time upon the Sea of Sound.